Good morning, class. Okay, today we will be continuing the first exercise of rational numbers. We have done up to the first 5 questions. Now we will start the 6th question. Okay, now the 6th question is, we have to multiply 6 by 13 by the reciprocal of minus 7 by 16. That means 6 upon 13 into reciprocal of minus 7 upon 16 is 16 upon minus 7. Now if we multiply this, I have to do 6 into 16 upon 13 into minus 7. 16 into 6, that is 96, upon 13 into minus 7, that is minus 91. Now we all know that in the standard form the minus sign should come in the numerator. So converting it into the standard form, you will get minus 96 upon 91. Okay, now the next question, 7th question. 1 upon 3 into 6 into 4 upon 3. We can write it as 1 upon 3 into 6 whole bracket into 4 upon 3. Now I have to tell that according to which property I have used this relation. Now we all know the associative property. According to the associative property, A into bracket B into C is equal to bracket A into B into C. That is, if we multiply B into C first and then we multiply it by A is equal to if we multiply A into B first and then we multiply it by C. So we have to tell the property according to which this given equation or this given relation is true. So the property is associative property. Okay, now the next question is 8th question. Is 8 by 9 the multiplicative inverse of minus 1 upon 8? Now first of all I will simplify minus 1 upon 8. If I simplify minus 1 upon 8, I will get minus 9 upon 8. Now the multiplication of, let x be a number, if I multiply it with its multiplicative inverse, that is 1 upon x, it should be equal to 1. Now if I get 8 upon 9 into minus 9 upon 8, if I multiply 8 upon 9 with minus 9 upon 8, I will get minus 1. That is not equal to 1. So 8 upon 9 is not the multiplicative inverse of minus 1 upon 8 because the product, so the answer is no, because the product is not equal to 1. Okay, now 9th question. The next question is 0.3 the multiplicative inverse of 3 1 upon 3? First of all, let me simplify both 0 upon 3. I can write 0 upon 3 as 3 upon 10 and 3 1 upon 3 I can write it as 10 upon 3. Now if I multiply 3 upon 10 with 10 upon 3, I will get 1. So yes, the answer is yes, 0.3 is multiplicative inverse of 3 1 by 3 because the product of 3 upon 10 and 10 upon 3 is equal to 1. So I can write the answer yes because its product is 1. Okay, now the next question. I have to write the first part, the rational number that does not have any reciprocal. We all know that 0 is the only rational number which is not having any reciprocal. If I do the reciprocal of 0, that is 1 upon 0, it is not defined. It is not defined, so I can say that the only rational number that does not have any reciprocal is 0 because 1 upon 0 is not defined. Okay, so the second part, the rational number that are equal to their reciprocal. If I do the reciprocal of 1, then 1 upon 1 will be equal to 1. And if I do the reciprocal of minus 1, 1 upon minus 1, that will be equal to 1. So that will be equal to minus 1. So 1 and minus 1 are the rational numbers that are equal to their reciprocals. So the answer is 1 and minus 1. The reciprocal of 1 and minus 1 is equal to 1 and minus 1 only. Now the rational number that is equal to its negative. The third part is the rational number that is equal to its negative, that is 0. If I calculate its negative, then minus 0 is also equal to 0. So the answer is 0. The rational number that is equal to its negative is 0. Okay, now the 11th part. 11th question is fill in the blanks. First part is 0 has dash reciprocal. We all know that if I do the reciprocal of 0, that is 1 upon 0, it is not defined. It is not defined. So the answer is 0 has no reciprocal. 0 has no reciprocal. Now the second part. Second part is the numbers dash and dash are their own reciprocals. We have seen that if I calculate the reciprocals of 1 and minus 1, 1 upon 1 is equal to 1 and 1 upon minus 1 is also equal to minus 1. So the answer is the numbers 1 and minus 1 are their own reciprocals. Okay. Now the third part, the reciprocal of minus 1 upon 5. The reciprocal of minus 1 upon 5, third part. If I calculate the reciprocal of minus 1 upon 5, the reciprocal of minus 5 will be equal to minus 1 upon 5. So the reciprocal of 5 is minus 1 upon 5. Okay, now the reciprocal of 1 upon x. If I do the reciprocal of 1 upon x, the answer will be x. The fifth part, the product of two rational numbers is always a rational number. If I multiply a rational number with another rational number, the product is always a rational number. So the answer for the fifth part is rational numbers. Okay, now the last part. The reciprocal of a positive rational number. If I do the reciprocal of the positive rational number, then the result will always be positive. So the answer for the last part is positive. So the first part, 0 has no reciprocal because 1 upon 0 is not defined. The numbers 1 and minus 1 are their own reciprocals. Third part, the reciprocal of minus 5. If I do the reciprocal of minus 5, it will be equal to minus 1 upon 5. Fourth part, the reciprocal of 1 upon x. If I do the reciprocal of 1 upon x, it is equal to x. Fifth part, the product of two rational numbers is always a rational number. If I multiply one rational number with another rational number, the result will always be a rational number. And the sixth part, the reciprocal of the positive rational number. If I do the reciprocal of positive rational number, it will be positive. And if I do the reciprocal of negative rational number, it will be negative. So the answer, the fill in the blank, is positive. Okay, thank you all of you.